Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the start to the Champions League campaign of 25-26. And looking at the group, I think we can win the group and hopefully we'll get as far as possible in the knockout stages too. But first we need to win a couple of games, of course. So as you can see right now, we are in a group with firstly PAOK from Greece, also Zenit and Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund being the hardest one, but even them, I mean, let's take a look at where they finished in the last couple of seasons. They're in 8th right now. They haven't won it, so that is definitely a positive. Where did they finish? They finished in 2nd last year and the year before, and before that in 4th. So they're not the best German team, and we are the best Dutch team, so we'll see how we fare against each other. But we are the first seeds in this group. That was really a positive thing, because of course then you can evade some of the best teams. So not only us, also AZ and PSV are in the Champions League group stages. So I'm really happy for the future of Dutch football, and I'm very positive about the future too. I mean, AZ and PSV have both lost their first group stage game with 3-0, both of them. But still, I think that maybe they can still get to the Europa League, hopefully at least. So let's just get straight into the game. Last time out, it was still the transfer window. I'm just gonna check real quickly if we had bought or sold anyone. I actually can't quite remember. Alright, so the answer to that question is an easy no. We haven't bought anyone. We haven't sold any. Well, we've sold a couple of younger players that weren't gonna make it. I think about 1 or 2, and then we've loaned out a couple of players too. So let's get straight into this first game against PAOK. Wait, of course I need to show you guys the results. What was I thinking? So last time out were the games against Utrecht and Sparta. After that we beat NAC Breda 5-0. We scored every goal in the first half. So a very disappointing second half there, and that continued into the next game where we lost to Groningen 1-0. We had a almost completely fully rotated side, but still disappointing to catch our first loss of the season in that match. I was hoping to go unbeaten in the league, but it wasn't to be this season once again. We'll try again next season, but first let's now focus on PAOK here in the Champions League. So we're playing in Greece, and this is going to be the starting 11. Onana, Range, Lecomte, Gvardiol, Ruggeri, Thiago, Bermudez, Anthony, Gonzalez, Univar, and Boshi. So I've got a couple of bits of news for you guys to tell you, but I first want to get straight to the kickoff. I'm very excited for this match. I really do think that we have got a very good chance of topping this group. I mean, Dortmund are a good team, but besides that, PAOK and Zenit can both be beaten quite easily by us, I believe. So let's try to get the 6 points against Zenit and the 6 points against PAOK, and that's gonna start here today, even though PAOK have won both of their previous games. But that was obviously in the Champions League third qualifying round, so or the playoff, I think, yeah, the playoff, of course. So they might have faced not so good teams. So yeah, Jeremy Lecomte, the 19-year-old French defender that we bought this year, has got his first cap for France, and funnily enough, the manager for France is Jose Mourinho, and he gave our defender his first cap for the country. So really happy for him. His value has gone up already to 41 million. Again, just a reminder, we bought him for 33, so his value is higher than what we bought him for. And another player also got his first cap, and that is the player right there who scores the opener for us, Rossano Boschi, who opens the score here against PAOK. Got his first cap for Italy, and he scored a brace in his first ever match for the national team. He scored 2 goals to make an instant impact, and that just shows the quality that our striker has. I mean, he's only 20 years old. To then score 2 goals on your first cap for your country, that's insane. And he is in very good form for us too, except for the game that we just lost against Groningen. But I think he didn't start that match. He definitely didn't start that match. He did get some minutes. He did get a little bit of game time, but I think he came on at about the 65th minute, so he didn't have a lot of time to do something about that 1-0 deficit that we already had. So speaking of 1-0, we are still 1-0 up against PAOK here. Ruggieri has already picked up a yellow card, so we are definitely going to take him off in the second half, maybe at halftime already. I think we're going to do that at halftime already, and it is halftime right now. So let's speak to the players again, and then let's get to the tactics screen, and let's get Ruggieri off for Markovic, and let's start the second half. Hopefully we'll keep the lead. I mean, a 1-0 isn't that good. It is not that good at all. I mean, it's away from home, of course, and it's not that PAOK are a very easy team, but I would have liked the gap to be a little bit more than just 1 goal. And we're going to take off Lecomte because he is on a yellow too. So let's get Alvarez on the pitch for him, and there we go. Anthony doubles our lead. We're 2-0 up against PAOK after just an hour played. So we are 2/3 into the match, and if it continues like this, then obviously we will win 3-0. And I would be very happy with that, but I just want to get a clean sheet. I want to get the 3 points. That's the most important thing. If it stays 2-0, I'll be happy too. But 3-0 is better than 2. And there we go. Rossano Boschi again. Who else could it be? His 5th goal of the season. That's not that much yet, but we have played only about 5 games, I think. So it is 3-0, while PSG are only leading 1-0 against Hertha BSC. With only 15 minutes to go, we're still 3-0 up. Let's try to keep PAOK from scoring, and what a save by Onana. Onana, who has just received, in real life that is, he has just received a 1-year ban of playing any kind of football, and he's not allowed to train either. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but he accidentally had mistaken one of his wife's medication for an aspirin that he wanted to take, and he took that one instead, and apparently that was against the anti-doping rules, so he is serving a 1-year ban. Ajax are appealing it, but I doubt that there's going to be any change in that verdict of the WADA, so he's going to have to sit out any football for the next 365 days, which is, if you ask me, pretty harsh for a mistake that could happen, especially if you compare it as we get the penalty kick here. Rossano Boschi, of course, for his hat trick. There we go, 4-0, Boschi's 3rd. But especially if you compare it with Luis Suarez, who a couple of years ago only received, I think it was a 4-month ban for biting the 3rd player in his career, and you cannot say that's an accident. He only received 4 months. Onana has received 12 for a mistake. I mean, it's harsh. It's definitely harsh, and it's gonna give Ajax in real life an extra challenge to overcome, as Boschi scores his 4th of the night deep into stoppage time. But we're leading 5-0. I mean, Boschi has scored 4. I said that I thought that we would get the win, but to make it 5-0 away from home is definitely a little bit more than I expected. And as we can see right there, our under 18s just beat their under 19s 7-1. Goals from, well, you can see who scored the goals. But we go on to the next match. And Boschi, of course, man of the match, a 9.9 rating. We're moving on to the next league match, which is another away match, and this time we face Feyenoord. So it's gonna be a very interesting match indeed. I'm gonna see you guys in just a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the match against Feyenoord, and there's one little thing I have to show you guys. Let's get to the match preview. Where is it again? Here it is, the opposition report. So Feyenoord are a poor team compared to the quality we possess. I absolutely love that sentence. I've looked back at it multiple times, but now of course we have to prove them right. And these are the 11 players that are gonna do exactly that for us. So Onana in goal, Rensch, Lecomte, Gvardiol, Ruggieri, Bermudez, Thiago, Anthony, Gonzalez, Unuvar, and Boschi. I mean, after a media prediction like that, or well, it wasn't really the media, it was our assistant coach But after a sentence like that, to say Feyenoord are a poor team compared to the quality we possess, after a sentence like that, you have to absolutely demolish them. And I'm looking to do exactly that in this match. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are definitely up there every season near the top. But they just don't have what it takes. I mean, definitely compared to our team, they don't have what it takes at all. But of course, you can always have a fluke. They could still pick up the 3 points from this match. We have to still be very careful to not get overzealous, and we still have to pick up the 3 wins here, even though beforehand it does just look like a formality. But you never know how football will go. You can have very weird results, and as Feyenoord actually get their first chance, they might have opened the score. They don't, and we get the counter, but it's blocked very well by their defense. So even though their quality might not be as good as ours, they do have a couple of very good players. And when I say that, I'm especially looking at this player right here, Roel Ferdinand. I can just say it in Dutch. Why I'm trying so hard to do it in English. Roel Ferdinand is a very good striker. I mean, he's a new gen, so the name won't sound familiar at all, but he is very good in game. And of course, a name that does maybe sound familiar to some of you is Xavi Simons, center mid, also Dutch, and in real life I believe he's gone to PSG. He is very good. A lot of hype around that kid too. I mean, if he will come good on his potential, of course you don't know, but he looks to have all the potential in the world. And meanwhile, we are still 0-0 against Feyenoord, and that's exactly what I warned us about. Even though, as the halftime whistle has already gone, even though they might not be good enough to even come close to us, it still is not an easy 3 points. We're playing away from home too. It is the biggest derby of the year, and we still have to score a goal. I mean, we're dominating the match completely. They haven't had a big chance yet, but I don't think we've had a very big chance until that happened. Nachi Unuvar opens the score in 5 minutes into the second half, and there we go. Hopefully now the floodgates will open. I mean, I doubt it's gonna be that easy. We are already focusing the plays down the wings, which is what I wanted to do looking at their formation. But they get a free kick here, and they actually score. Albert Akon, I've never heard of him. I don't know if he's a new gen or they just got him from somewhere. He's their center back anyway. He should definitely not have been able to score. Let's get Gonzalez off. He is tired already. Boshi is playing very poorly, but you never know. A player with his quality can just come out of nowhere with a goal or 2 or 3 even. Or like last game, 4. As Roel Ferdinand gets a big chance, but luckily it gets blocked by our player. Bermudez is tired too, so let's get him off for Gravenberg. And then these are the 11 men that are going to have to finish the game. And I'm not happy with a 1-1 draw. I definitely am not. There was going to be a highlight, so I'm going to wait to go even more attacking until this highlight finishes. Van de Beek switches the play. A lot of space here for Frimpong. Nicely seen by Van de Beek. Sadly, we lose the ball. And what are you doing? Gvardiol, what are you doing? Abouglou, good save by Onana. Not even a good save, an amazing save. I mean, he was one-on-one with Onana. And luckily, the goalkeeper pulled out that great save. And another save. Anthony is tired, but we have already made our 3 subs. So let's go more attacking. I mean, we're going to have to try everything under our power to win, especially when they tell us that Feyenoord are a poor team compared to us. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to end in a 1-1 draw, except if this free kick could go in, but Van de Beek misses his chance. Well, he doesn't necessarily miss it, but it does get saved. And once again, we get 1 win in the episode and a draw, just like last episode. So let's just get the players straight back for training tomorrow, because this was not enough at all. And they're gonna have to do a lot better. You're damn right, we're frustrated by the draw. I mean, that is not enough. But it is what it is. We can't change anything about it anymore. We're playing Ado next, who for some reason are in second, which is odd. I mean, I've never seen them that high before. They've actually beaten PSV, who are down in 8th. I love to see that. We are only 4th, so we're not doing that well. We are already 5 points behind AZ. Next episode, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do either one of the Dortmund games. I think it's gonna be... let's do the second Dortmund game and then do the PSV game that is right in front of it. You know what? No, let's do this Dortmund game and the game against Vitesse. It is only 3 games in between, but otherwise it would be 4, 5, 6, 6 games in between. And also, we could already be close to deciding the group there. So we're gonna play Dortmund in the next episode, and it's gonna be Dortmund and Vitesse. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.